Welcome back to Winning with Taxes or on Taxes. So, we're talking about the offer and compromise program. As you can tell, I get excited about this because I've seen it help so many people. Again, hundreds of thousands of dollars wiped out, some paying as little as $20, some paying 10% or even less. It is an amazing program if you qualify, if it's done right. Um, Another funny true story. I had a case and I was working for a different company at the time, but this gal came in and her offer had been rejected elsewhere. She had paid someone, they had prepared the offer, submitted it, and it got rejected. And she didn't know why. The guy didn't look at it, didn't explain it, didn't obviously lift a finger to help her out afterwards. I reviewed her numbers, everything looked good, and I looked at the offer. He had submitted an offer of $0. The form even says you cannot do an offer for $0. You have to offer at least $1. We usually do $20 because who can't come up with 20 bucks? But I turned around, I submitted $20 on her offer, didn't change a thing, and it got accepted. How simple was that? But this is why it's so important to get someone that knows what they're doing, that has done a lot of them. My record for 1 year is 300 accepted offers, and that's almost one a day, and that's including weekends, etc. So again, that's something I'm pretty proud of. Someone else, one of my colleagues, actually looked that up for me. So we're going to switch gears and talk about not just the IRS, but believe it or not, you can do offers with most states. Again, if they have income tax, I would say majority of states have an offer and compromise program, but you have to check with your state. Some are much better than others. So the best state to do an offer and compromise is New York, hands down. They don't even have a hardship plan. If you want to do an installment agreement, it has to full pay the balance. But they have one of the best offer programs, and we get offers accepted through New York. There are different rules that they want the debt to be older and have been around for a while, but we've done offers on sales taxes, on personal taxes, business taxes, and again, they have a very well functioning offer and compromise program. California has one of the worst. They have the best hardship program. They'll set you up on payment plans for what you can afford. So they're a lot easier to work with than the IRS, than New York in many respects, but they have one of the worst offer and compromise programs. So you have to talk to someone that's familiar with the offer and compromise program in the state you're looking at. We've got them accepted in other states, Kansas, Utah, elsewhere. But each program is different. Each state is different. There are some states that have an offer and compromise program, and they won't do anything with it. Arizona is one of the worst. So, just they have one. We've had people that qualify for them, and they just said, "Look, we just don't want to do them." So, again, most states, or a lot of the states, have an offer and compromise program. But be very wary when going in. You have to go in with your eyes open. You have to understand the process, what they will accept, what they won't accept, and what's going to trip up an offer. So this is where getting a free consultation can really pay some dividends. Talk to a professional, get some good information on what your best situation is with the state and the IRS. And what I typically do, if people have state debt and IRS debt, is because the state debt is usually harder to do an offer and compromise with, I'll usually set that up on a payment plan and use that as an allowable expense to get a better deal from the IRS. Here's another thing, and I'm probably going to have to, and there's times I've switched it around where it made sense, where especially in New York, I've done a New York offer first and then turned around and done an offer with the IRS. Each state programs vary very widely. So again, get informed about your state, and as far as doing an offer compromise, be informed. I had something I was going to say, and it's kind of slipped my mind. Um, oh, you don't have to be broke to do an offer. I have people making hundreds of thousands of dollars that I've done offer and compromises for. I have people that owed in the millions. And sometimes they're the best offers because when you owe a lot of money, it's much harder for the IRS to say you can pay it all in a certain time frame. So just because you have money doesn't mean you won't qualify for the offer. If you're making too much, you're making too much. But it doesn't hurt to ask, to find out. And again, find out what your rights and your options are from a tax professional before you end up making a mistake. Get the best help you can. And we'll be right back.